How is it going then, everybody? I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA Analyst, and today we're going to be talking to you about formation, which we spoke about last weekend, and that every man and their dog is using right now because it's very strong. It's very overpowered. It's been brought to light, from my knowledge, due to Dylan Mike, who's a German pro, ranked #1 at the minute on Xbox. He has been absolutely killing it with a 5-3-2. I'm hoping that I can get some of his footage to break down and show it to you guys on how he uses it. I've been watching him a little bit. I just need to get some permission from him to grab some of that footage and bring a video to you guys on that. So that's what we're talking to you about today, the 5-3-2. But we're going to talk you through, the tactics and how it plays out, but also actually how to use it and why is it so strong. And you know, people are getting very frustrated because obviously it is a 5 at the back formation. Yes, it doesn't play like that when you're attacking, but defensively it is one of the strongest ones you could probably use given the current state of FIFA that we are in. First of all though, ladies and gentlemen, what I need you to do, if you enjoy this video, is chuck a like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, right? It's free content. It helps me out massively. We're pushing on for 125,000 subscribers, so thank you all for that. So then, you're all saying, Alex, shut up. Just get on with the video. That's what we're here for. We don't hear you talking about likes and subscribes. I know, I appreciate that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about with a 5-3-2 is how you have your team set up, right? Because obviously it is a little bit more of a harder team to kind of pull together. And I think what a lot of people don't get right with a 5-3-2 is thinking about what you actually need in your full back positions, okay? So this is how my team is set up. I play McTominay, Wan-Bissaka, and Stones at centre-back. I could move Wan-Bissaka out if I wanted to, but that's how I have it. And this is your full backs, which you need to take into account, which play a massive, massive part in obviously you having a successful 5-3-2. So at right wing back, we have Hakimi. I need you to make sure that whoever is playing right wing back and left wing back, ideally, their work rates are high attacking. You can have high defensive if you want. That's not a problem. We have high medium on both of ours. Why is this a big thing? Because we want the fullbacks to offer. The fullbacks are kind of the beating heart of this team and this formation. They need to be forward. They need to be offering when going forward in attack. However, you might go, okay, well, I'll go and took Rashford at right wing back. No, it doesn't really work like that. You need someone as well that could still contribute to defense. Obviously, Hakimi kind of does that job okay. He's 5'11". He's got 75 defending, 79 physical. We've given him some more defensive stats with the chemistry start as well. And then we have Hernandez over on the left-hand side, 6 foot, high medium again, much more better defensively, but still has good pace, good attacking stats, decent shooting, decent passing, and decent dribbling. So he can offer going forward very, very well. So that's a key part, first of all. So make sure that you get that right. So then let's talk about why this is so strong and how it's going to kind of pan out in game for you guys. All right. So you can see this absolutely perfect. So the 5-3-2, we'll go through the tactics and the player instructions in a minute, but the 5-3-2 is so good in a sense of you having the ball and having the attack because we have the fullbacks on join the attack. So we have this Hernandez and this Hakimi on join the attack. So they will go down there whenever you have the ball. They offer your width, right? It's a really, really easy way to literally have them sat on the right back and the left back of the opponent's team pretty much 24/7. And you might go, yeah, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. We've got width there. Great. We love it. But you've also got Martinez making a run through the middle and the Correa for me. And the Ansaldi stays back. So what this does is it creates an overload here. And then it creates an overload coming through the middle. Now, this one's more prominent than the Correa that we use, the way we have the team set up. So it means you can look for the 1-2 between the strikers. You can go wide. Basically, the whole defensive line has someone to mark. You think if they have a traditional back four, their right back and left back has your right wing back and your left wing back. They have the 2 strikers with their 2 centre backs to cover. So all you need to do is break through with the Martinez or the Correa and get past their CDMs that way. How are we going to do that? I talk about this in loads of videos. One guy put a comment on a video a few weeks ago saying, oh, look, another attacking tips where he tells us to use the LB, the L1 button when sending a man on a run. You're absolutely right, because that's the only thing you can do. Don't be afraid that when you lay the ball off here, say with a left CM, to send that man through the middle, have him coming forward, create that overload. Think about like Frank Lampard making that run into the box. That's what we're trying to emulate in the middle of the pitch. Now, if you get the ball out wide, say you lay it off, one thing that you can do is McTominay passes it in the middle to Ansaldi, out to Correa. Correa goes on a run, but he lays the ball out wide. Hakimi comes charging forward and takes the team from defence to attack very quickly and very easily. If you get out to this right-hand side and you can't beat your man, you can't get into the box, come back. You have got 3 men in midfield. Use them to your advantage. The opponent, more than likely, is running a 2 midfield formation. 2 centre mids, 2 centre defensive mids. Unless they've got their Ram and Lamb on comeback on defence and their centre attacking mid, and they're all sat along here, you are going to have a load of joy and load of success with this formation. So that's how it works attacking. You might go, okay, well, how does it pan defensively? Well, when you're attacking, it's a 3 at the back. That's what it is. That's literally what it is. It's a 3 at the back. Defensively, it changes to a 5 at the back. It's a 5-3-2. Why does that help? Well, what you can do, you know those dreaded through balls and the counter-attacks that we always speak about, that we always hate with a passion? You can use normally your middle centre-back. So let's say your Martinez is out the game, your Correa is out the game, you know, your Hakimi, your right wing-back and your left wing-back are just coming back. They're about here. You can go and press their ball holder. So let's say if the ball holder is just in the middle there, you can go and press with McTominay to try and stop that through ball. Your middle centre-back, you can go and stop and press that through ball before it's played. Through ball does break through. Doesn't matter. You got Wan-Bissaka, you got your right centre-back and your left centre-back there ready to defend it. Think about a 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1. You go and press with one centre-back. If you get it wrong, your one centre-back is trying to defend a through ball with 2 people running through. You have that extra man. You can be a little bit more aggressive. And then, if they don't get the through ball, they build it up slowly. They get to the final third. You've got 3 men in the middle to run around with the CDMs, cover the passing lanes. And then you've got 5 people in defence. It's so hard to break down. It is so hard to break down if someone's slow in attack. So you've got the benefit of being able to press and win the ball back with that centre-back to stop that through ball. And then if they go slow and they build it up slower, you've got the ability to just sit there and have so many men behind the ball. It makes it very difficult to break down. Now, you might go, okay, well, how can it have a con to it? It does have a con to it in the sense that they can use the wings, right? What they then will do, so if you're playing against the 5-3-2, you can basically bring it out to your fullback here and kind of try and drag this man over to help his left wing back, and then try and exploit the little bit of space back in the middle. But it's still very difficult to do. And one of the reasons why this formation is so strong, because they've still got those 3 centre-backs there and then those 2 centre-mids. So that's why it's good in attack and in defence and how you can use it. So now what we're going to do is just quickly run through the custom tactics for you. I've still had a bit of tweaks to this. I'm still perfecting it. We used it last weekend. We've been using it throughout Rivals and whatnot. Still trying to get my perfect tactics that I like with this formation. When I released this video last week on the custom tactics in the 5-3-2, someone said that they were having too much stamina drain with the press on possession loss. You're absolutely right. It is a very draining stamina, obviously. You can run balanced here if you want to. I know Dull and Mike pretty much runs 5-5-5-5 across the board and balance. I run press on possession loss because in champs for me, I think putting a lot of pressure on the opponent can actually work to your advantage really well and helps you win the ball back and suffocates the opponent in. So that's what I run. You go with whatever you're comfortable with here. You don't have to go as high of a depth if you don't want to. 5 or 4 can suffice, but I like to run quite a high depth. For the offensive style, I was running long ball. I've gone back to balance. I feel like balance is very good in this particular formation because I can use the width, because I can use the men getting forward and then use the 1-2s with the strikers, using a lot of the LB, the L1 runs to create the chances myself. So very neutral across the board on that front. Now, obviously, one of the things that does play a difference is the actual player instructions in this. Now, for the goalkeeper, I personally have been running comes across this sweeper keeper recently to try and stop those through balls, to try and aid with that. The key part, you have to have this for your fullbacks. I used it in my 4-3-3. I absolutely love having my fullbacks on balance, but this time around we go with join the attack and overlap. You don't necessarily need to run overlap, but I prefer. So what does overlap do? It keeps their runs out here, out on the wing. They keep, the chalk on the boots. Instead of kind of making their run like that, they always stay wide. They go round the fullback. That to me is more beneficial in the 5-3-2. You can run balance if you want. I wouldn't run inverted, but overlap for me is king on that front. And join the attack, you have to have. Otherwise, you will find it very, very defensive and very boring. But that's the key part, because the fullbacks then will sit up here when you've got the ball, which is great. So for the middle centre defensive mid, this is your more defensive-minded midfielder, your midfielder that's going to be there constantly, sat in front of the defence, wanting to put the tackles in. I used Ansaldi in this role. We had stay back while attacking and cover centre here for him. Fairly balanced, fairly neutral. He will constantly just sit in front of that middle centre-back and will be there at all times. Now, for the left centre mid and the right centre mid, these are a vital role in this. We run get forward on the left centre mid. You can run it on the right centre mid if you want. It's your choice which side you do this. More of your attacking minded player. So I use Martinez in this role, get into the box across and cover centre. Now when I did this video last week on the 5-3-2, I had that on cover wing because I wanted him to come out there. What I felt I was doing then though was, you know, when I said there was a con to the 5-3-2 where you pull that man out, that was happening too much to me. So I just leave him on cover centre. If I need to pull him out to the wing, I'll do that manually. If not, he stays put directly where he needs to be. Now the right centre mid, we run balanced and cover centre. He will still go forward, but he will come back and help a little bit more in the defensive role as well. Now, for the two strikers, I did originally run come back on defence on these two. And I felt like it was very... You almost had to build up so much slower then because you didn't have the counter-attack opportunity on. So I've changed that and just left these guys unbalanced and found that to work really, really well. So that's where we're at with them. And that's the custom tactics and the instructions that I've been using recently and having that success with. What we're going to go do now is just jump into a few examples of in-game scenarios for you guys to take on board to see how the 5-3-2 works and how you can use it in your game this weekend. So, first example we're going to look at. We get the ball back from a corner. And we're going to just show you how this pans out. Now, first of all, the 5-3-2. I know you've got a bit of the webcam in the way, but you still get a very good example of it. The 5-3-2 setup. Right wing back here, left wing back there. They are on join the attack. So they are already making their runs down that wing. Remember, on the overlap, so they will keep fully wide at all times. We've got our three men in the middle, our left CM, centre mid, and our right CM, and then we've got our two strikers sat up there. So it looks a very, very solid formation in that sense that it will offer there, it will offer there. It offers narrow and it offers width. That's how it builds up in the middle of the park. You are going to play your passes like zigzags like this across the pitch as you work it out towards the wingers. If you see a through ball for the strikers, you may look to play that. So we get the ball right there, but we get it back here. And now you can see how we build it up and how it can be so well. What did I say earlier on? If you can't beat the man, don't be afraid to recycle the ball. So we get the ball out here, can't beat the man. So we go back and we recycle. And we're looking for our man in the middle, Ansaldi. He's going to be sat there as kind of your man to play back to and then distribute the ball back out. So that's where we're going to go and then look at how this is lined up. Look at his defensive line, right? He has got all those men there and we have got a man pretty much marked, like for him, with every one of our men, which gives us options. He's got his Mane, which is his winger, out on that right-hand side. He's there. He's trying to get involved, but makes it difficult for him. Stop. Well, I've got... Stop talking to me. Stupid thing. Sorry, I've got my iPad, to whatever the thing's called. Try talking to me. So yeah, we've got that man out on this side here, which just means that he's always got people covered. If you can beat the centre mids that they've got, you can get into a really, really good position, get inside the box. We get a little bit lucky, but Martinez is there to grab the goal. Next up, we're going to talk about when you are defending in this formation. If they beat through your midfield line, as I said, the good thing about having three centre-backs is that you can use one of those players to press and be aggressive. So Stones steps out there and wins that ball. Even if he managed to slay that out, we've still got our McTominay and our Wan-Bissaka there on those defensive duties, which would have been good. We win the ball, we go forward, we can be directing this formation should we wish to. We try and look for the 1-2. Opponent steps out. What do we do again? He's got a counter-attack now. He's beat through my three midfielders. Obviously, this is the chance that the opponent wants to get into as much as they possibly can. So what do? We be a little bit aggressive. We track the through ball and we say, thank you very much. We will win that. And now we're going to go forward. We go straight forward. We manage to go ahead and find the Aguero. What do we look for? The LB on Xbox, the L1 on PlayStation. We're sending the men on a run. He defends badly. We get through with the Aguero. A little bit more direct. Didn't have to use the wingers there and managed to go ahead, grab a goal, grab the game, and the guy does leave. Last and final point. We're going to talk about how when you get caught out, because you've got the fullbacks on, get forward. You will get caught out in certain scenarios, and you won't have enough room for your centre mid to track back in every single time. So sometimes you may need to drag one of your centre backs over, right? Which what you're hoping is that your centre mids will track and cover that gap there, but they won't always do that. But sometimes you just have to come over, right? So this is what we do here. We force him to make the pass. We win the ball back. Now, Theo Hernandez, our left back, picks up the ball. We lay the ball off. We send him on a run with that LB button on Xbox, L1 on PlayStation. And he's going to run round the outside on the overlap. And we're going to, you can see Higuain goes on a run with that LB. And we go back and we remember, we sent the left wing back on a run. We're going to look to use that space over there if we can. So we get that ball out to him. We come forward. Now, we can't beat the fullback. He's not got the skill moves. He's not really got, you know, the agility and everything that I want to try and beat him here. If this was an Mbappe, I might go for a bridge or something. But I can't do that with Theo Hernandez. So I recycle. I come back on the edge. This is where you're obviously going to have like your 3 centre mid sat a lot of the times. So we come back. We recycle. And we're willing to do that. And we managed to find a little double tap pass into the Aguero, take the touch, fake shot, and then bang, we score that one. So I'm just going to let that play out again for you guys so you can watch that back just kind of as it is. So I know a lot of you guys sometimes like to see these chances before I slow it down and all that sort of thing. But you can kind of see how the 5-3-2 works very well in its form. It's a really, really good formation going forward. Something that you do have to give a bit of time because it's a little bit different to what a lot of people are used to, but I do really advise you to give it a go, give it a try and see how you get on with it. It's very good defensively, very good going forward, and kind of stops the through ball as much from the counter attack for the opponent. So I hope this video has helped, guys. If you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Your support has been greatly appreciated, and I will catch all of you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.